So, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Monday evening's opportunity call for direct sellers. My name's Paul Gillingham. I'm based in a small town called Crawley, which is about 10 minutes from Gatwick Airport. And I've enjoyed the last 4 months or so of being part of direct sellers. Now, my background is fitness. I've been in the fitness industry now. It'll be 12 years in November of this year. I currently manage a gym in Crawley. I run 4 bootcamp sessions a week. I train clients both on a one-to-one basis and online as well. So I don't do this full time. I do this very, very part-time. In fact, in just 18 days time, I actually get married. And we recently moved into a house that needed a hell of a lot of work doing to it. So things for me over the last 4 or 5 months have been crazy, to say the least, but this was an opportunity that I couldn't turn down, because I saw it as a way of creating some financial freedom and creating some time freedom for myself and for Tara. And more importantly, I saw it as an opportunity to help others win. So I'm going to go through for the next 20 minutes or so about direct sellers, what it is, how you can get started, what all the fuss is about, some facts, some figures, some stats, how you can get paid, how you can, how this can become such a huge part of your life in 2017. So direct sellers has been around for 4 years or so. It's not new. It's not a new wine club, which is exactly what it is. Direct Sellers is a premium wine club. So for those of us in the UK, it's exactly the same as a Naked Wines or Virgin Wines or a Laithwaites or the Sunday Times wine list. It's exactly the same as what that is, but it's different in 2 major ways. The first way is that you can potentially get free wine every single month going forward. And the second major reason is that you can actually get paid to receive these wines every single month. And I'm going to go through how you can either get wines free and or how you can get remunerated going forward. So as I said, Direct Sellers has been around for 4 years now, but in April of last year, the company decided to put a revenue share attached to it, and it was a decision that even now, looking back, has been an unbelievable decision, because as I speak to you guys tonight, there's about 17,500 people involved with this business now, both through customers and through business partners. And it's only available in the States. It's only open in the United States of America at the moment. The UK is due to open very, very shortly. Myself and a few of the other guys are travelling to London tomorrow to meet the 2 of the co-founders who are flying over from America to dot the last few I's, to cross the last few T's, get this all signed, sealed and delivered. And for the UK to be the second country to open. The fulfillment centre is already in place. The wine is already stocked and ready to ship. And we're just waiting for that go button. So, as I said, in April of last year, they decided to put this compensation plan to it. And it's been one hell of a journey. Now, there's 2 different ways to get involved with this, as I said earlier. One is to become a customer, and the second one is to become a business partner. Now, to become a customer, you can either pay $49 and get 2 bottles of premium wine sent to your door every single month, or you can spend $79 and get 4 bottles of wine sent to your door every single month. Now, if you know 3 friends, 3 family members, 3 colleagues, or even 3 enemies that like drinking wine, that are not too fussed about making any money, that don't want to look at the business opportunity, that just literally want to try the wine, then if you get 3 people on a monthly basis, or 3 of the same people that reorder every single month, then your wine will be free month after month after month. Now, these wines are chosen from 2,000 different small batch wineries from around the world. And every single month, you'll always get different wines sent to your door. And they want you to do that because they want you to experience just how good this wine club is. There's no point in getting the same bottle of wine sent to your house month after month after month if you can choose a different, or if you can receive, should I say, a different bottle of wine from a different grape, from a different country, from around the world. So as I said, they use 2,000 small batch wineries, and every single month you'll get different wines sent to your door, whether it's a mixture of red and white, or if you prefer white, or if you prefer red, then you can choose that. But apart from that, every single month you will get different wines sent to your door. Now, the other way of getting involved with the company and involved with the business, which is why I presume the majority of people on this call tonight, is to become a business partner, or as they like to call it, a premium wine lover or a premium wine lover elite. Now, the Premium Wine Lover Kit is $249.95. For that, you get 4 bottles of premium wine. You get a year's license to trade, which includes your website, your back office, all your materials that you can use and what you will need to build a successful and sustainable business. And you'll also get 20% off future wine orders going forward. So if you've got a big event coming up, or if a load of mates have asked you just, they want some wine and you want to put a big order in, then by being on that $249 kit, you can get 20% off of wines going forward. Now, the second option that you can choose to get involved is the Premium Wine Lover Elite. That's $499.95. For that, you get 12 bottles of premium wine and you get a 3-year license to trade. So for double the price, you get triple the benefits. And on top of that, you get 40% off of wine orders going forward. Now, before I continue, I just need to add and need to stress and need to say how important this is. But at the moment, the wine is not being shipped to the UK. Commissions are, but the wine is not. So once you go back to the person that's invited you onto this call tonight, one of the questions or one of the things that they should reiterate to you is, at the moment, we're not getting the wine. However, as I said right at the beginning of the call, we are very, very close to launching now. We will be up and running, I would say, no longer than the next 2 months. So if you can put up with this for the next couple of months, after that, we should be good to go. The wine will be shipped. We can all start to enjoy some nice wine, and we can all have some fun with this. So they're the 2 ways that you can get involved as a customer and as a business partner. Now, there's 5 different ways that you can get paid on this. I'm only going to explain 2 tonight. So the other 3 ways that you need to find out, again, go back to the person that invited you onto this call. So the first one that they do, and the one that's so lucrative, and the reason why so many people are starting to look at this company very, very seriously now, including 6-figure income earners in the industry, retired 7-figure income earners in the industry. And we found out over the weekend that an owner of a network marketing company has actually partnered up with direct sellers and come on board with this. So the biggest reason is because they do something what's called a 50% fast start bonus. What I mean by that is that every single person that you personally enroll to this business, you will get 50% of their sign-up fee. So for example, if you came in on a $249 kit and you signed someone on a $249 kit, then you would get $125 of that back. Now, you would get that from every single person that you signed up, whether it was 1 person, 5 person, or 50 people. You would get $125 back for every single person that came in on a $249 kit. Now, where this is so good is that you don't need to be on the top kit to earn the top commissions. So if you signed up on the 249 kit, but you signed someone on the 499 kit, you would still get $250 back. And again, for every single person that you sign up on that 499 kit, you will always get $250 back. So when it comes to network marketing, the first 2 questions that people will always ask you is, number 1, how much does it cost me to get involved? And number 2, when can I get my investment back? So number one is either $249 or $499. And the second question, or the second answer to that question, is that if you sign 2 people up, your investment's back. People are doing this within minutes, within hours, within days, because every single person on this call and every single person in this country knows at least 2 people that either like drinking wine, that need more money, that want more money, or have had some form of networking experience. So that's the first way to get paid. That is the lucrative way to get paid. Now, the second way that I'm going to talk about is on the dual team pay. Now, with this, you only have to build 2 teams. You build one on the left and one on the right. So it's a very simple, powerful compensation plan. So one side is on your left and one side is on your right. So once you've got 2 people involved with this, once you've signed up 2 personal enrollees and you put one on your left and one on your right, not only have you got your investment back, but you're now known as what is called as dual team qualified. That basically means that you've qualified for all the different ways to get paid. Now, a second way that you get paid on this is that you can earn anywhere between 6 and 20% off of your weaker leg. So I'm going to keep this really simple for tonight. Let's say that you've signed 2 personal people up, which means that you're entitled to 6% on your weaker leg. And let's use easy numbers for tonight. So on your left-hand side, you've got 1,000 points. And on your right-hand side, you've got 800 points. You would get 6% of that 800. Now, if those figures stayed the same every week, you would get 6% of 800 every single week. Now, to hit the top of the compensation plan with direct sellers, at the moment, at present, you need 9 personal people, and you are what is known as a master seller within the company. Now, we've got 8 people currently in the UK that have hit the top of the compensation plan who are now entitled to 20% off their weaker leg. So again, let's use those 2 figures, 1,000 points on the left side, 800 points on the right side. If you're a master seller within direct sellers, you would get 20% of that 800. And again, if those figures are the same every single week, you would get 20% of that 800 every single week. Now, moving forward, as we start to open new countries, as we start to expand into Europe, as we start to expand over to Australia, as we open into Mexico and into Canada, those numbers are going to grow rapidly. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I worked out in my organisation that if every single person brought in just 1 new person per month. Now, bearing in mind, there's people on this call tonight that have brought 9 people in a week or less than a week. But if you brought 1 new person in every single month, that between now and the 31st of December 2017, my organisation would be between 90 and 100,000 people. So let's just split that number right down the middle. And there's 50,000 points on one side and 50,000 points on the other side. And you're a master seller that's got 20% of 50,000 on a weekly basis is life-changing money. And 100,000 people sounds a lot of money, sounds a lot of people at the moment, especially when my organisation is just short of 250. But when you start to think about how many people are in the UK, how many people actually drink wine in the UK, how many people have had networking experience in the UK, how many people need more money in the UK, how many people want more money in the UK, you can start to then think that 100,000 people is not that big a deal. Now, last Thursday, we had a call with the co-founder of Direct Sellers, a guy called David DeStefano, and we got to listen to an insight of where this was created, where Direct Sellers was created, but also where this is going to go. And he predicted that by the end of this year, there will be over 100,000 people involved in this club. By the middle of next year, there'll be over 200,000 people involved with this wine club. And in 3 years' time, it would become a $1 billion brand, $1 billion company. So this is where now you can look at something and you can be part of something that's so new, that's so different, that's so fresh, that's so relaxed, that's so much fun, because I don't need to talk to anyone about what goes in a bottle of wine. I don't need to explain to anyone what is in a bottle of Shiraz, or what is in a bottle of Chardonnay, or what is in a bottle of Malbec or Merlot. This is so different to anything else out there. You don't need to go onto YouTube and watch an educational video. You don't need to attend an event and have someone at the front with a flip chart going through some chemical process, because wine is wine. Everyone knows what wine is. Everyone knows what wine does. Now, my previous experience in networking, I got involved in my first company in 2013. And back then I got involved with a health and wellness company because it sat perfectly with who I was and who I am as a fitness professional. I had some success with that, but what I found was there was so much resistance and also so much competition. You know, you could talk to someone about a certain product, but what made this particular product better than another product out there? People were asking me questions about what was in the particular product, how many grams of protein was in it, what vitamins and minerals, when do they take it, what do they take it with? But yet they would go into the pub on a Friday or Saturday night and drink as many beers as they wanted to. They would then go into a kebab shop afterwards and eat as much as they could. And they would never ask the landlord what goes into the beer, and they would never ask the kebab owner what goes into the kebab. So with this one, there is no resistance. And what I've found is that people are crying out for something like this in their life. And with 3 simple questions that we can ask with this, your team can grow so much. And those 3 questions are this. Number 1, do you like drinking wine? Number 2, would you like to get your wine for free? Number 3, would you like to get paid for receiving wine? And that is how simple this company really is. So I'm not going to talk for too much longer tonight. I'm doing it on my own tonight. I normally have my partner in crime, Ben, but he's away in France at the moment. He's a professional rugby player. Ben hit the top of the compensation plan in his first 6 days of being involved with this company. So we normally do this together. But it's, for those that are on the call for the first time tonight, as I said, this has got the potential to change hundreds of thousands of lives going forward. And for those that have had networking experience before, yes, you've probably heard a story similar to that it's going to be the next big thing, or you're going to make loads of money, or, you know, you can hit this ranking at this amount of time. But since being in this company in the last 4 months, I've been completely blown away by what the company have said, but more importantly, what the company have done. Now, the UK wasn't due to open until the 3rd quarter of 2017, but because of what we've achieved already and what we achieved so quickly at the beginning of this year, they've now moved it so much further forward, and the UK is now going to be the 2nd country to launch. Now, about 5 or 6 weeks ago, I was fortunate to go out to Las Vegas for the official launch of Direct Sellers. And I can tell you it was one of the most incredible weekends of my life, just listening to some extraordinary stories of how people have picked themselves out of such a bad hole and are now living a life that they always dreamt of living. But what I liked about this, and what I still do like about this, is that the company is based around four gentlemen who have all had unbelievable success in their own right. They've all had incredible success in the corporate world, and some of them have been in the network marketing industry for 30 years. So there's 4 guys who have come together now to form this Direct Sellers foundership, this co-ownership. They've partnered up with a guy called Kevin Thompson, who is arguably the world's #1 attorney for network marketing worldwide. So for anyone on the call that is dubious about anything to do with compliance, Google the name Kevin Thompson. It will soon put your mind at rest, because, as I said, he's arguably the best in the business at what we're doing. We've also got a guy involved called Jerry Greenfield. Jerry Greenfield is our director of wine. He's known as the wine whisperer in the wine industry. He's got over 30 years experience And what we don't know, or what he doesn't know, should I say, about wine is not worth asking about. So for the connoisseurs out there, for those of you that like drinking wine but want to know more about it, he's got his own educational program. There's hundreds of short YouTube clips with tips and tricks about what wine is good, why a wine is good, the difference between a screw cap and a bottle top. There's so many tips that this guy brings that is so worthwhile in its own right. He is also partnered up with Direct Sellers. There's a leadership team. As I said earlier in the call, many people have come out of retirement. Documented seven-figure income earners have come out of retirement to get involved with Direct Sellers because of two things. Number one, the product, and number two, the compensation plan. As I mentioned briefly earlier, a few of the different ways to get paid on this compensation plan have made this the strongest compensation plan in the network marketing industry to date at this present time. And the product, as I said before, the product is the product. The product is wine. You know, like I said to you, I don't need to talk to anyone. I don't need to try and persuade anyone to go out and buy a bottle of wine. If you want to go out and buy a bottle of wine, then you can do. So this is only going to go one way. The numbers are growing on a rapid rate. I think last month alone, over 1,200 people joined our organisation in the space of 31 days. I think I had something like 33 people join my organisation in a 7-day period. This is going to go so fast, so soon. So to finish off this call, all I would advise you to do, especially if you're new on the call tonight, is to go back to the person that invited you onto this call, is to answer as many questions as you've got written down, to clear your head, to get your headspace right. And if there's one question that you need answering to actually get started with us tonight, then I would get that question answered. Because, you know, do you want to be involved with a company where you've got another 500 people coming in before you? Or would you like to position yourself now, ready for the UK launch, and have 500 plus people below you? So guys, with that being said, I appreciate you taking the time out on this bank holiday evening. We will be back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock with a special guest. I will get the link ID up. I will get the information up. As I said, a few of us are in London tomorrow with the co-founders, so you might be hearing from someone different from tomorrow night. But I will get tonight's link up for you as soon as I can. I'll get the recording out. But as always, I appreciate you taking the time out. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, and I will catch up with you all very, very soon. Good night, and thanks very much.